The multiplicity of life. One source, many forms. My name is Philip Ihe. I've been thinking deeply about life, God, creation, evolution, and the extraordinary variety of existence around us. In my last presentation, I explored the idea of moving from the human microcosm to the cosmic process. If the patterns we see within ourselves can give us clues about the larger process of creation, then there is another question we need to ask. Why is life so extraordinarily diverse? Look around this planet. Life has taken on an astonishing variety of forms. There are microscopic organisms, plants, insects, creatures of the sea, birds, reptiles, mammals, and of course, human beings. One source of life seems capable of expressing itself through an enormous multiplicity of forms. And that makes me wonder, if this is what we see on just one planet, why should we assume that this represents the full range of life throughout the cosmos? Perhaps our planet is only one small expression of a much greater creative process. Perhaps there are forms of life elsewhere that are completely different from anything we have imagined. And perhaps, if creation is truly eternal, there may have been forms of existence before our present universe, and there may be forms beyond it that we cannot yet comprehend. But this raises another fascinating question. Why would one creator, one ultimate source, produce such extraordinary diversity? Maybe the answer lies in creativity itself. When we look at a human being, we don't see creativity producing one identical thing over and over again. We see imagination, experimentation, adaptation, and the constant production of something new. Perhaps creation works in a similar way. The source is one, but its expressions are many. The unity is at the source. The diversity is in the manifestation. And perhaps diversity is not a contradiction of unity. Perhaps diversity is one of the ways unity expresses itself. This also changes the way we might think about evolution. Evolution may not simply be a competition in which one form replaces another. It can also be understood as an unfolding of possibilities, life continually taking new forms under different conditions. And within that enormous diversity, something extraordinary eventually emerges. Beings capable of becoming conscious of the process itself. We don't simply live. We can ask why life exists. We don't simply experience the world. We can ask where the world came from. We don't simply love. We can ask what love means and whether love has a deeper source. Perhaps that capacity for self-reflection is one of the most remarkable developments in the entire story of life. And this brings us one step closer to the question of humanity's place in creation. If life can take millions of forms, and if evolution can produce increasingly complex and conscious beings, then perhaps humanity represents not the end of evolution, but another stage within it. And that brings us to an even bigger question. Could there have been a long evolutionary journey toward the emergence of what the Bible calls Adam and Eve? Were Adam and Eve simply the first biological humans? Or could they represent the emergence of humanity at a new spiritual and relational level? That's where I want to take this journey next. If these ideas interest you, please like this video, share it with your friends and anyone you think might enjoy the discussion, and leave a comment. I would really like to know how you see it. And don't forget to look out for the next presentation, where we will begin exploring Adam and Eve and what they might mean within this much larger story of creation.